one time in the talk that you gave, and I emailed you, you never answered my email about this, but you were mentioning a 19th century master who said that it is good to know what is above you. And that stuck in my head, and I want to know who that was. And one of the cool things about integral recovery that's so remarkable is that even though that you're at this level, very soon you start learning that your current stage development is not the end of human evolution in your own life. There are these higher levels that we can really begin to get to rather quickly in our practices. Right. And I'll turn it over to you on that.
Right. Well, you've said, I mean, you've said so much here, and it's almost hard to know where to enter. So let's maybe just try and just touch on three separate things that you said. But let's start with the easiest one, which is the text, which you actually cite in your article, without citing my interpretation of it, but that's okay. That's why I'm not going to give you the source. Right? The text.
I'm still looking. I'm going to have to go back to my archives of videos.
The text actually is all texts are owned by everyone. The text is actually from a book called Ethics of the Fathers. And the text reads in Hebrew, "Da mala mala mimcha," know that which is above you. Normally, that's understood as a kind of just an awareness, of the higher power, which is of course a very important level of understanding. But a second understanding, a kind of cutting-edge, evolved, what I would call non-dual reading, right, of this classical text would be, know that which is above is from you, which is actually a precise reading of the Hebrew. Da mala mala, know that which is above, mimcha, comes from you. Right? Our ability to kind of, and that's really beautiful and enormously important. It's really a non-dual realization level of charting, my story. But I want to now go back for a second. Let's now go back for a second to something John was talking about earlier, which was, he was in some sense kind of unpacking why the Holosync, using our friend Bill Harris's particular expression of it, model where we kind of engage in some sort of spiritual bypass. As we kind of go directly to the state experience, why that's important. Right? And it's very easy, and I know that there's a whole barrage of criticism, of this particular methodology. You can find it online in all sorts of places, where there's a kind of, a purist kind of righteous, objection.
The Buddha didn't do Holosync.
Right? That you haven't actually, you haven't done the work.
Yeah.
So my basic response to that is that it's bullshit, right? For the following two reasons, right? Anyone who's ever, right, evinced or expressed that criticism is clearly a person who's never fallen in love.